Moments with Emily, a place where we discuss healing, conscious living, and relationships. I'm your host, Emily Boyd. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful that you're tuning in. Today, we will explore Kāma, the sacred art of joy, pleasure, and delight. We're in the third episode of this series where we have been talking about the Purusharthas, which are the four great aims of life according to yogic philosophy. So if this is the first episode that you're tuning in, I recommend that you go back and listen to the last two episodes and then come back and join us here. In the Sanskrit tradition, the word Kāma carries many meanings. It can mean desire, love, pleasure, beauty, delight, and it is often misunderstood as something that is purely sensual. But in yogic philosophy, Kāma is so much more. It is the art of savoring life, of opening our senses fully to this human experience. Kāma is the cool kiss of morning dew on bare feet. It is the taste of ripe fruit bursting in your mouth, the music of birdsong at dawn, the way the sky blushes at sunset. It is the pleasure of the wind in your hair, the grass beneath your body, or the steady heartbeat of the earth beneath you. It is the reminder that the spiritual path is not only about discipline and renunciation, but it's also about delight and joy. Pleasure can be sometimes thought about as something that is light or fleeting, yet in truth, it is a profound doorway into life itself. It is the invitation to awaken to what is beautiful, nourishing, and alive in each moment. Today, we will journey through a story, reflection, and inner practices, not to chase pleasure, but to receive it fully, to honor it as part of our human experience, and to discover the subtle joy that lives quietly within us and all around us. Kāma reminds us that life itself is a gift to be savored. It is the beautiful rising sun painting the sky in gold, the sound of the water moving freely through the earth. Pleasure is not merely indulgence. It is an act of reverence for being alive. In the stillness of nature, we witness a sacred rhythm. Flowers bloom in their own time. Rivers flow without asking for anything in return. The earth nourishes us freely. Joy arises when we align ourselves with this rhythm and when we pause to really truly see, hear, feel, and taste the world around us. To live in alignment with Kāma is not to grasp or cling. It's really to open our senses, our hearts, and our awareness to the simple yet profound delights of existence. It is the practice of receiving, of honoring, of awakening. Let me tell you a story. One soft evening in a village, the sun was sinking low, painting the sky in shades of rose and gold. The air was warm and heavy with the scent of jasmine. A breeze whispered through the tall grasses, carrying with it the faint sound of a flute. Krishna, who is a deity in yoga, stood beneath a tree full of fragrant blossoms in the twilight air. He lifted his flute to his lips, and the melody that poured out was unlike anything the villagers had ever heard. So sweet and pure, weaving itself through the fields like threads of liquid light. The gopis, which are cow herding girls, were scattered across the village, and they were busy with their evening tasks. Some were milking the cows, with the warm scent of hay around them. Others were grinding grain, listening to the rhythmic scrape of the stone filling their ears. And a few tended the cooking fires, stirring pots as fragrant steam rose into the air. But when they heard Krishna's music, everything else faded. It was as if the sound reached directly into their hearts, reminding them of something they had always known, but forgotten. The joy of being alive, the pull towards beauty for its own sake. One by one, they set down their work. The milk pails rested in the grass. The grinding stones lay silent. The cooking fires burnt unattended. Drawn by the music, they stepped barefoot into the fields, the earth cool beneath their feet, the grass brushing against their skin. They followed the melody through the forest's edge, past the rustle of leaves and the call of night birds, until they found Krishna beneath the flowering tree, the moon just beginning to rise behind him. He was not there to claim them or bind them, but to invite them into the dance of life. This is the nature of Kāma. It does not demand, it calls. It awakens our senses, it draws us towards what is beautiful and nourishing. And when we follow it with awareness, it leads us not into attachment, but into a deeper connection with the divine. Just as the gopis followed the sound of the flute into the heart of the forest and into the heart of joy itself, Kāma invites us to pause and truly listen to the call of joy, to the beauty all around us, and to the quiet song of the earth beneath our feet. And so just like the villagers followed the music, not because they were told to, not because they had any obligation, but because something deep within them recognized beauty, recognized joy. That's the essence of pleasure. It's the essence of life itself. It calls softly, and we can choose to answer. Think about that in your own life. How often do we pass by these small invitations? A warm sunbeam, the sound of a child laughing, the taste of something that delights us, or even just a breath that feels alive. They are subtle, often overlooked, but they are everywhere. Life is humming with these little sparks, quietly asking us to notice. The villagers didn't need to understand why the music drew them. They didn't need to chase it, to judge it, or to hold onto it. They simply allowed themselves to be guided by it. And isn't that what joy asks of us too? Not effort, not striving, not needing to control, but openness, receptivity, willingness to notice what is already here, waiting to be felt. If you pause just for a moment, wherever you are right now, notice the rhythm of your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Maybe the sense of air moving on your skin, or the sounds around you. This is already part of the invitation. The body, the senses, the moment itself, whispering that life is beautiful and that it's okay to receive it. And this is what Kāma is really about. Not about indulgence, not doing, it's not about having, but about receiving. Receiving the ordinary, the extraordinary, the fleeting, the eternal. Really finding that magic in the mundane. It could be a look, a smell, a sound, a taste, a memory, a connection. The smallest things can carry the richest delight if we allow ourselves to notice. So in the coming days, I invite you to pay attention. Let your senses guide you. Follow those little sparks that call you towards presence, towards joy. Laugh when it arises. Pause when you feel wonder. Taste deeply in the simple pleasures of life. And remember, it is not about keeping them or holding them. It's about allowing life itself to move through you, like the flute in the story. Soft and irresistible, carrying you towards delight. And remembering that ancient yogic wisdom that everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Really noticing when you begin to feel those delights, those pleasures, those joys, embrace and draw fully in the middle of that moment, knowing that it will too come to an end. There's no need to hold on to it, to cling to it. That again, something else will come up that will have a beautiful beginning, a pleasurable middle, and then a gentle end. I really invite you to remember that joy and pleasure are not luxuries. They're sacred invitations, reminders that life is alive and that you are alive. The music is always playing. Sometimes we just need to pause, to listen and follow. And when we do, even for a moment, we touch the extraordinary within the ordinary. And our hearts remember what it feels like to be fully awake and alive. And let this story stay with you as a kind of inner rhythm. When you move through your day today, look for the flutes. Look for those little invitations of pleasure, of wonder and delight, and follow them. Smile when they appear. Pause when they touch you. Let life's ordinary miracles remind you that you are fully alive. And so, like the villagers in our story, may you walk lightly through your day, attuned to the call of beauty, open to the music that is always playing, and willing to receive the sacred joy of simply being here, embodied on this sacred earth. Thank you for listening, for pausing, and for allowing yourself to follow the call of joy and pleasure. The world is alive, and so are you. Notice it, receive it, and let it move you. If you love this podcast and want to support me in creating more of it, now I have a Patreon. It's a beautiful way to say thank you and to be a part of this journey with me. You can join for a few dollars a month and access exclusive content, meditations, behind the scenes updates, and more. Just head to patreon.com/I am Emily Boyd or click the link in the show notes. Your support means the world to me and is greatly appreciated.